Hi guys! Welcome back to my book study. So in the first video we covered the first 8 tools from Jeanette Allen's book, and now we're going to cover the second set of 9 strategies that she provides for us in this book. Okay, so the very first one in our handy dandy flip book is writing alphabet books. So this one was also really intriguing to me because everyone loves the alphabet and everyone loves being creative with the alphabet. So I figured this is something that could be used at the elementary level, teaching the alphabet and incorporating it into a story, or the secondary level where you are trying to get your students motivated by doing something a little less monotonous. So this uses a format to present detailed, complex info. So reading alphabet books before this will help students build subject matter or background, and then writing alphabet books helps students organize and synthesize their subject matter. So when implementing this into your classroom, the author recommends that you have many different alphabet book examples to give students some insight on what they should be creating. And then she says that in her own classroom, she used groups, and they would write and illustrate their own alphabet books in their groups. So that one is really, really cool. The next one is also one of my favorites. So when I flip the book, the next one is CPR, bringing academic vocabulary to life. So this kind of caught my attention before I even read it, just by the title, because CPR, bringing something to life, I thought that was really cool. So this strategy helps students build an academic vocabulary, which I think is cool. So first you want to introduce the word through meaningful content. By that she means like an article, your textbook, and stuff like that. And then her second step is students restate and or define in their own words the word. And then the third step is to create a visual representation to illustrate the word's meaning, which is also super cool. Gets them to be a little bit creative with the word. And then the fourth step is to form a connection to help them remember. So I feel like just this whole process helps the students understand and remember the vocabulary words at their own pace, which I think is awesome. So this one, definitely starred this one in the book to help me. And then she gives an example in the book, which is pretty cool. I feel like it could be done on a note card or just like a piece of paper, and students have free reign to do whatever they want. This is one of the ones that she didn't give an example for in the appendix. So the next one is a knowledge chart. This one does come with an example in the appendix. So the knowledge chart. This one was just remind me of your normal kind of graphic organizer that you would implement in your classroom. So it's a quick representation or reference for what individual students know and what the class as a whole already knows. So this is definitely a before instruction strategy. It gives students an opportunity to see and know how quickly they can build background knowledge on any subject. And then it's usually used before starting a new topic or unit. It uses visuals, and you can the way she has it set up is in the left-hand side, she has a place where you can list facts, and then in the right-hand side, the students kind of fill in what's missing, or they could draw, or they could ask questions related to this term, which I think is pretty cool. So our next one is a language collection. This one is also your standard kind of graphic organizer type of strategy. It helps students collect specific vocabulary that will help them comprehend content and enrich their writing. So it uses kind of like a 6 chart box, and it allows students to pick words and note the word's meaning and context, and then it lets them create their own memory tool for remembering the word and later apply it in reading or through sources. So this is definitely another before strategy, and then it can be used during and after to extend their knowledge on this content. The next one is a point of view guide. I really like this one. So this one helps students view an event, person, or situation from a different point of view, which it just makes them dive deeper into that specific event or person or thing, even by reaching it from their eyes, their head, their ears, hands, heart, and mouth. So I thought this one was really cool, and we do have an example of this one. So I think that's pretty cool. She gives us a blank one, but that one's pretty cool. And you can actually format this one in your own way. She gives us one at the end, but this one can be created. You don't have to use all 6. You can use however many you'd like. And then this just makes students more likely to remember the content because they have to process it in a variety of different ways. And it challenges them to expand their vocabulary knowledge, also while challenging them to think more deeply about the topic at hand. The next one is learning through inquiry. I don't want to say this one bores me, but I learned about it in my undergrad course, which I think is so pretty cool because you're learning through like questioning and at your own rate. So usually the way she uses it is she has them examine a bunch of different sources and then kind of what are the facts, what are your opinions, and what it makes you wonder. So I feel like that's a different way, the way she represents it, but it just allows them to analyze a bunch of different sources related to one topic and then list facts and then think about the facts that they are listing. So that one was also pretty cool. The next one I really, really liked as well, only because I've never seen the second part. So it's double and triple entry journals. So triple entry journals I'm not familiar with, where the double ones I'm very familiar with, but the triple entry journal invites students to record significant pieces of text they're reading, discussion, listening, and reviewing, then connect, respond, and reflect on those pieces, and it makes them think more critically. So the way she does it is she has like significant parts of the text and then visuals or layouts and then what it makes the students wonder, and after more reading what they now think. So this one is a triple entry journal, which I will definitely use in my future classroom because it like allows them to research and then reflect on their research and their original thoughts. So this is really cool. And then we have common and uncommon denominators, which surprisingly is not related to mathematics at all. So I feel like this one is pretty cool. So this one is also a way to look at different types of text related to a certain topic, and then it has the students pick out as many things in common that the text may have, and those would be the common denominators, and they would jot them down, and then as many uncommon denominators that they may have, so things that stand out from each text that are not significant, that do not make them in common. So this one allows the students to have a more close reading to both texts, and then it like allows them to pick more than one thing they have in common. So most of the times we are just having them pick out one thing that they have in common, where this one wants them to list as many things as possible. So I really, really like this one. And then our last one is wordstorming to anticipate content. This one was different. It reminded me at first glance, like if you look at the picture, the example that she gives, it reminds you of the one that we discussed first, the alphabet one. But this one is actually completely different. So the teacher already read the text and she picks out words from the text that are significant, very significant to what she's going to teach or what he's going to teach, and then you star certain letters. So this one has them in like different pairs, so A and B, C through D, and then you just you have students pick out words from the text that they're reading. So as many letters that start with A and B, right? As many words that start with A and B, right in this column. And then there's S and T. It's kind of like that. So it allows students the chance to reveal like different words and then kind of compare with the teacher in the end. I really, really like this one. This one is probably another one of my favorites. So I starred a couple. I took sloppy notes, but I starred a couple, and this is one of the ones that I've starred. So it's pretty cool. So far today, for this second book study, we have talked about writing alphabet books, CPR, a knowledge chart, language collection, point of view guide, learning through inquiry, double and triple entry journals, common and uncommon denominators, wordstorming to anticipate content. So this one was definitely, I probably had the most favorites in this section of the book. In the next video, we will do the last third of the book and the appendix. So can't wait to see you guys again. Bye!